is going on, traders? Welcome back to the channel. Really quickly before we get started with this video, I want to go ahead and thank the current subscribers for staying tuned into the videos. Right now this video is going to be the beginning of the educational portion of the channel. Before you guys can learn how to actually read the markets, analyze the markets, understand price, understand candlestick patterns, and so on and so forth, you have to familiarize yourself with the platform. Okay, there is many other platforms, not just Metatrader4. TradingView is another famous platform that other traders like to use. Although TradingView does charge you a subscription monthly, to have other tools available, I myself like to use it just by itself. I don't use it that much. I use Metatrader for about 80% to 90% of the time, because this is where I execute my orders. I analyze the market with precision because it's a different price pattern that you see instead of instead of actual TradingView. Like if you go to TradingView and you open up separately, and then you open up Metatrader4 and you put them side to side, you're gonna notice that the candlesticks look a little bit different. They don't look exactly the same. So whenever you're analyzing the market and you go to TradingView, you're analyzing there, you pretty much set up your charts, and then you set up your trade, and then you go to Metatrader4 to actually execute the order. You get a little bit confused because the candlesticks look different, right? It's still the same price, obviously, it's still the same market, but the candlesticks can throw you off, and the setup is slightly different, so that can throw you off as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the platform here. If you guys don't have Metatrader4 open already, just go ahead and click your Metatrader4 icon on your desktop. Wait for it to pop up, just as so, and then once it pops up, just tag along with me here. All right, so this is a bar chart. It shows you the actual open of the candlestick, it shows you the close of the bar, and it shows you the high and the low pretty much here, right? So when we have the open of this bar, we have the low of this bar here, we have the close here, and the highest point of this bar. Then if you actually want to go to candlesticks, which I prefer, you click on this little icon here, and there you go, you have candlesticks. Looks a lot better. Pretty much it's still the same concept. You have your open of the candle here, you have the close of the candle here, you have the lowest point of price in that particular candle here, and then you have the highest point of price in this candle here, and so on and so forth, right? Pretty much the same thing as the bar chart, but it just looks slightly different, right? Right here we have our line chart. I like to use the line chart whenever I'm pretty much setting up my support and resistance. If I use a horizontal line to pretty much be more precise, I would go ahead and draw it as so right here. But I like to use a rectangle for zones. I don't use the horizontal line as much, because price can break that horizontal line, come down just a little bit lower before retracing or pulling back up to the intended direction. Right here we have the zoom button. Pretty much already know what that is, just to zoom into the chart. You have the zoom out. If you have multiple charts open like I do here, I have 3 charts open, you click this little button here, the arrange windows, and it pretty much just arranges them for you like this. If you have like 6 charts to 7 charts open, they're gonna be a little bit smaller than this, but it's gonna arrange it for you. Right next to the arrange windows, we have the scroll left and scroll right buttons. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in for you here, change it back to candlesticks, and right here we're looking at price from left to right. We're looking from December 31st 2019 till today's price, right? But if you wanted to go back, you just click this button here, and it changes it. You see that? It pushes price back. And if you wanted to go forward and stay, you know, current, up to date with price, you click this button here and it puts you up to date, puts you to the current price, right? As far as placing orders, you just click this button here. Right now it's off for me because I don't have my Wi-Fi turned on currently, but you would click this button here. It would pop up a window and show you the current price. You would show you the bid and ask price. If you're gonna buy, you would click the bid. If you're gonna sell, you're gonna click the ask button, right? Right here, these right here, I don't use so much, so I'm not gonna get into these at all because I don't use them, and I'm pretty sure you guys aren't gonna use these either way. Right here we have the indicator list button. If you have indicators, if you use indicators like the EMA, the SMA, MACD, you know, and so on and so forth, you would click this button here and it shows you all the indicators that Metatrader4 has for you, right? It has the average true range, it has bear power, bull powers, commodity channel, you know, it has all these indicators. A lot of people tell you that you need to have indicators on the chart to learn how to trade. To me, that's just a complete lie. I don't use any indicators. If I do use an indicator, it's probably going to be the RSI, EMA, just maybe one or two, and that's basically it. I don't use that many indicators. I like to use raw price action, just looking at the candlesticks, naked charts. That's actually the best way, one of the best ways to learn, to get started and to learn how to analyze the market with precision. Right here, this little clock that you see here is pretty much the time interval, the time frames for the charts. So if you want to look at the daily chart, you click right here, it goes up to the daily. So each one of these bars here is worth 1 day of information, 1 day of trading, 1 day of price action. So that's 24 hours per bar. And if you were to click your crossbar here and just go to the current price bar, it shows you everything. It shows you the time, it shows you the open, the high, the low, the close, and the volume of that particular candlestick, right? You can also click these buttons here, the M1, M5, M15, M30, H1, H4, the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. If you don't like to use this little button here, you know, just click, you can automatically just go here and click one, and it sends you straight to that time frame, right? As far as this template here, right now I'm currently on the default template. That's why it's green and white, and then it has this ugly grid in the back. I don't like this. I have my own template already set up, so I'm gonna go ahead and load it for you. You can create your own, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second, but I'm going to show you how to add a template since I already have one. So we go ahead and click this load template here. I have it saved under my documents. It's pretty much the only template that I have because that's all you need. You don't need to have so much. You go ahead and click it, hit open, and bam, look at the difference. It's a very nice clean chart. And these are the colors that I like. You can change the candlesticks to any color that you want. You can have a bullish price bar as blue, green, purple, whatever suits you, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with having, you can choose the color. And I'm also going to show you how to change that as well. As far as creating a template, you go ahead and click left click, you right click on your mouse. You go all the way down to where it says properties. You can also click the F8 button. Saves you a lot of time, a lot of clicking. And this is where you get started to changing your template, right? So your background's gonna be all this right here, pretty much the back. I have it set as black, but let's say you wanna go ahead and do white. You go ahead and choose the white, and it shows you a preview right here in this window here. The foreground's pretty much gonna be these numbers where it shows you the price, the current price of the market. It shows you the date, the time down below here. So let's say I wanted to go ahead and choose blue. I go ahead and click blue, and you could see the preview right about here, right? And as far as the grid, as a beginner, I would recommend you have it because it can actually help you pinpoint precision on price down here, right here on the right side. But I don't like it because to me it's a lot of noise. It's just too much. You can already see here, you can see the grid here in this preview here, right? But let's say we wanted the grid to be, let's say gray, dark gray. Let's go ahead and choose gray, and there you go. You have the grid in the back. As far as the bar up is pretty much a bullish bar, a bullish candlestick. Let's say we want to go ahead and do green. Let's go ahead and hit line for green, and it's pretty much just the outline of the candlestick. It's not the inside of the body. Bar down is the same thing. It's the outline of the candlestick. So let's just leave that as red. But well, actually no, let's change that so you can see. Let's do orange. Okay, and bull candle. Bull candle is the inside of the body, inside of the candle. Let's go ahead and do green as well, since it's bullish. Bear candle is going to be the inside of the candlestick, pretty much a bearish candle. You know, price is falling, it's going down, you're selling. Let's go ahead and click orange for that. Line graph. Line graph is pretty much whenever you click this button up here, because you want to draw your support and resistance with more accuracy. Let's just choose magenta. Let's choose magenta for it. Volumes, your volumes are going to be down here. Right now I don't have them on my template because I don't like to use volumes as much, but you can see it right here in this preview. You see these little lines right here, and that's pretty much the volume. The volume is the indication of how much price is being traded in that certain candlestick, how many people, how much, you know, how many positions are being placed, how many banks are putting money into the market, you know. The ask line is going to be this line here that I have already. Let's go ahead and change that to, let's choose a different color. Let's do aqua. Let's do aqua. Okay, so we have aqua, and you can see it kind of change here. And stop levels. Stop levels are pretty much like stop losses and stuff. Your take profits, your break even. I'm gonna do, let's do khaki just to do it, right? Okay, so once you have your colors set and you're pretty much, you know, ready to save, just go ahead and click OK. But before you do that, go to common. I find this to be a little pet peeve of mine, and it gets kind of annoying whenever you hit these buttons, because if you want to stay up to date with the chart and you click this button here, it'll pretty much just send your chart back to where it was. So you really don't do nothing, and it gets annoying. So just take this off. Chart shift and chart auto scroll, take that off. Do not have it clicked. Right here on this little box right here, I have the period separators. Period separators are pretty much like, it separates the time, a day of price action, a day of trading. So you have from 5 to 5, right? That's typically how the big banks in Wall Street, how they trade. You know, those guys with like 30 computers, 30 monitors, you know, just sitting behind a computer all day. It shows you the time they start and the time they leave that computer, so it separates the time for you. I like to have it on because it kind of helps me in my analysis. As far as your grid, if you do like the grid and you want to have it, just go ahead and select this button here, and it's going to pop up. It's going to show your grid, but I'm going to leave it off because I don't like it. As well as your volumes, if you want to use volume, go ahead and highlight that as well. Object description, I recommend that you have that because it's going to show you your open. It's going to show you the high, the low, the close right up here on this side. Okay, so let's go back to colors, go ahead and click OK, and bam, you see the change. Looks amazing. Okay, so that's that for changing your candlesticks, changing your template. I'm gonna go ahead and open my regular template. Well, for the sake of this video, let's just hit remove template, and let's choose, no, let's not do that. Okay, let's hit load template, go back to the previous one. There we go. Okay, right here, this market watch box right here is pretty much going to show you all the currency pairs that are available for you to trade. Some brokers have different currency pairs. Some have different commodity pairs. They have, you know, like gold, silver. If you're into cryptocurrencies, some brokers do offer those currency pairs. I trade with Trader's Way. So Trader's Way doesn't have much of cryptocurrency. It doesn't have much of, you know, like natural gas and stocks. It doesn't have that many options. It just has strictly Forex pairs, like, you know, Euro dollar, Great Britain pound, US dollar. We got the Swiss franc, US dollar, Japanese yen, US dollar. You know, we have Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Okay, so we have the euro and the Swiss franc and so on and so forth. So one quick thing that you need to understand is that the currency that's in front of the pair is pretty much the one that you're either buying or selling. So if we're on Great Britain pound and Japanese yen, if you were to want to sell this currency, you would be selling the pound. You would be selling the pound. If you want to buy, you would be buying the pound against the Japanese yen. Down here, I'm just going to scroll this up. This right here is your navigator. This is where you have your accounts, you have your indicators, your expert advisors, and your scripts. Indicators, you click this here and you have all these indicators. That's a lot. Okay, I'm not going to go through all these indicators for you because it's going to take a very, very long time. But you can see all these indicators. I'm going to probably just use, I'm going to put maybe one or two so that you can see how it's done, right? For the sake of this video. Let's do the RSI because the RSI is the one that I love to use, if I do use it, right? So you double click it, you double click on where it says RSI. It's gonna prompt you with this little box here, right? Custom indicator RSI. You have about 5 tabs. You have the about, comment, inputs, colors, levels, and visualization. Common, don't mess with this. Just leave it alone. Inputs, right here you would put the value. So if maybe you want to use a 50 period RSI, you know, 25 period, and so on and so forth. I'm just gonna leave it at 14 because that's the default, and it's actually pretty good. As far as colors, you'll see right now when it pops up, we're just gonna leave it blue, leave it default. I'm not gonna mess with it. Levels, I'm gonna leave that there. Probably just put I'll add a 50%. There we go. Just leave it at dotted. Visualization, this is where it's pretty much giving you the option to choose whether you want to see it on all the time frames or you just want to see it in one particular time frame. So let's say you just want to see it on the 5 minute, right? Just click the 5 minute, leave this here, leave that selected, and just click OK, and then bam, there you go. Let's do Heikinashi. Let's do an Heikinashi indicator. This indicator here pretty much just smoothens out the candlesticks for you. It's just two solid colors, red and white. We're gonna leave the inputs and everything in default. hit OK, and you see the difference. Simple, easy, but you do have to understand how to use your platform before anything, because you can't just jump into Forex and start trading when you don't know the platform. Like I said, there's many other platforms out there, but I just use Metatrader4. It's really easy. It's really simple to use. Okay, and as far as this tab here, you know, that's your mouse. We're currently on it right now. This is your crossbar, so you can go ahead and tell how many pips, you know, a certain candlestick moved, or you know, from a swing high to a swing low. Let's do a swing low to swing high. This move was about 18 pips. Oh, it moved. Let's try that again. Okay. Yeah, about 18 pips. So from swing low to swing high, this was an 18 pip push. Let's go ahead and click the vertical line here and click anywhere on the chart. Let's do that, and you can see, and it'll actually highlight the actual date for you down here at the bottom, and it'll tell you the actual date for that candlestick. Right, let's go ahead and double click, hit delete to remove. Now we have the horizontal line that I was using earlier. Just click it, click anywhere you want to use it, and it'll highlight the price, the exact price. If you want to move it, just double click it. You can go up and down, pretty simple. I'm just gonna put it up here at the top of this candle, here. This was the high of this candle, and the high of this candle was at 135.517. Let's go ahead and remove it. Go ahead and click delete. Simple, guys. Pretty simple video. Pretty easy to understand. If you don't understand and you have questions, just go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll get to it. If not, my Instagram is gonna be in the description. Feel free to shoot me a DM directly, and I'll try to get to you as quick as possible. This is your trend line. Okay, what is a trend line? A trend line is a tool that you can use to actually help you see the trend. Okay, help you see the direction of the market. I'm gonna put two trend lines so that you can see the differences. So this is an uptrend right here. This would be considered an uptrend trend line. And in order for you to know, to understand if you're actually using the trend line correctly, you have to have 2 points to connect. 2 or more points to connect in order to use a trend line, because you can't just grab your trend line and draw it anywhere and be like yeah, just do that. No, that's not how you do it. So we would take it from this swing low here, that's your first point, and then we would take it to the right. Remember, from bottom left to top right is an uptrend. From top left to top right, that's a downtrend. Very simple to understand. So this would be your second point, right? And then after the second point, price pushed up. And let's say price was to come down, and it hasn't even done this yet. Let's say it came down and it touched the trend line one more time. That would be your third point, your third touch, and it would actually make your trend line actually more stronger. It would be a stronger trend line, and it would be a stronger trend as well. And that would be your third touch right there. Let's go ahead and delete this. Just double click, delete. Pretty easy stuff. You can always add more tools onto these tabs here by just hitting view, then toolbars, and then customize. And then right here, let's say you wanted to add, let's say strategy tester, because I don't have it up there, but let's go ahead and click this one and hit insert, and it's just pops it up right up here. Let's do register signal, and it just added it right up here. Okay, pretty simple. Just hit close, and that's that. This tool here is your equidistance channel. Pretty much, if you don't want to get your trend line and draw the channel itself just like that, if you don't want to do that work, just click this button here and drag it just like that. This bottom one you can actually just double click and move it down yourself. And that's a pretty nice channel. You can do this for an uptrend channel, you can do this for a downtrend channel, and you can do it for consolidation as well. This is your Fibonacci tool. Fibonacci is a tool where you can use to predict the momentum of a push. You would draw it, if you want to look for buys, you would draw it from your swing low to your swing high, just as I did there. And you would want to look at these levels here, your 38.2, your 50%, and your 61.8 level. These are the three major levels, the three most important levels that you want to look at. And let's do a downtrend. Go ahead and click it again. We go from our top left to top right, just like that. And let's say we wanted to sell this market. Let's say we had a sell limit right at the 50%. We had a sell limit right here. We're pretty much expecting price to pull up to its 50% of this overall move here. Have a sell limit right at the 50% and expect price, like I said, to either consolidate or show you some type of confirmation that price wants to continue its downtrend. You know, something like that. But it's not gonna be picture perfect with the market, guys. It's don't make it as confusing. You know, don't make it as complicated. Try to keep things simple. Try to keep a clean chart. Not too many indicators. You know, not too much stuff. All that's considered to be noise, and it's just gonna confuse the heck out of you. So I wouldn't recommend using a lot of indicators and a lot of tools. Try to keep it as simple as possible. You all know what this is, your text. You know, if you want to jot something down, let's say you want to emphasize that this is a support for your analysis. Oh, gotta do it again. Gotta change that to white since we have a black background. Let's do support. Right, let's say we want to put support here. Grab our rectangle. This is our support zone. Let's say you're doing analysis and you want to pretty much just name everything, right? This would be your resistance, just like that. Grab your rectangle, draw your resistance zone. Oh look, go ahead and delete that. All right. So that's pretty much just a little text tool that you could just pretty much name stuff, you know, start writing stuff on your chart. This is your triangle. I don't use the triangle at all. I just have it up there for sometimes whenever I want to, you know, try and do harmonic patterns. Not much into that kind of trading, but let's say you want to do, let's say you see something in the market and you get, you know, knowledge on how to see harmonic patterns. You would just do something like this, right? Your 3 points, right? You would have something like that that pretty much draws out your cipher patterns, your bearish bats, bullish bats, you know, all that stuff. I'm not gonna get too much into that stuff because I don't even like trading with that stuff anyways. So yeah, that's your triangle. This is your ellipse tool right here. Just double click it to make it bigger. Just double click it, click on this little button here and just drag up and down, just like that. Want to make it smaller, just do this here. Perfect. And I've been using this pretty much the whole video. This is a rectangle. I use it for zones. You can do the same, or you can do it to maybe box out a certain price like this, you know, maybe call this your base right here. Do something like that. Maybe you just want to highlight one certain candlestick, and then you want to go down to, let's say, well, let's do the 1 hour chart here, and then there we go. Let's go ahead and just let's highlight this one here, right? You want to see exactly what happened in the lower time frame during this bar. So you just highlight the bar itself, you go down to the 15-minute and just go back and look for that bar. You see, you have your Fibonacci expansion line tool. Let's do from swing low to swing high. I don't use this tool much, but it's basically the same thing as a Fibonacci, well, somewhat, right? Your Fibonacci time zones, let's do from swing high to swing low. And it pretty much just separates, using the Fibonacci theory, it separates the time zones, right? The price. So this is your linear regression channel. This is basically somewhat like your regular channel tool, but it actually gives you a 50% line. So let's say, let's look for a better channel. Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's look for a nice clean channel here. Let's do this one, right? So you grab your tool, your linear regression, just drag it up just like that. There you go. Okay, so this would be the top of the channel, this would be the bottom of the channel, and this would be the 50% of the channel. So this is like dynamic support and resistance as well. Hope you guys are with me, understanding. This one here is just some extra little small tools like a thumbs up, an arrow, you know, stop sign, check, just small little tools that you can just add to the chart if you want to, you know, when you do markups and stuff, you want to pinpoint some stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much most of the tools. Basically all the ones that I use, not all of them, but most of the ones that I use. It's very easy, very simple to understand the platform, guys. You don't have to complicate it for yourself. You know, just try to keep it simple. Don't use too many indicators. Don't use a lot of stuff. Just try to keep it raw price action. If it is that you find an interest in indicators and you find it helpful, so be it. Go ahead and add it to your chart. You know, you develop a strategy, or you get mentored by somebody that has their own strategy and you're wanting to learn their strategy. You know, follow this guide here and add those indicators, you know, for their strategy. Add those expert advisors, you know, whatever it is they have in their strategy, you're gonna find it here and you're gonna be able to add it. If you want to add your account, let's say you're a beginner and you want to start trading, you don't have a live account yet, you do have your broker, but you don't have it set up yet in your platform, in your Metatrader4 platform, you would go to this navigator bar here, you go to accounts, you hit accounts, and then just right click it, hit open an account, and it's going to give you an option to either add or maybe just open a demo account with Metatrader4. In this case, you can see I already have my my live accounts and my previous demo accounts already set up, so they already pop up here. But let's say I switched over to KOT broker, right? And I wanted to add it. Just hit right here, type in the name of the broker, and it's gonna pop up right here, right below. You hit next, and it's gonna give you either an option to choose KOT live or KOT demo, whatever account you choose with them. You just click it, you type in your credentials, your password, and just hit OK. And right here at the bottom, it's gonna show you, how many megabytes per second your internet connection is giving you, and it's gonna show you that you're logged in. Once you're logged in, you'll be able to use, your buy orders, your pending orders, and everything. But I think that's it, guys. I think I've pretty much covered most of what you need to know. Basically everything. Down here below, you're gonna have your alerts, your mailbox if you do want to get news alerts, if you want to add some type of news company or something that sends you signals or sends you alerts about news coming up. You would just come down here, and it's going to show you everything. If you do have an order opened, like let's say you buy a certain currency pair, excuse me, if you buy a certain currency pair and you have a trade open, it's gonna give you a little tab right here. It's gonna be the first tab, and it's gonna say trades, right? And it's gonna show you your balance. It's gonna show you your equity. It's gonna show you your leverage, your percentage, and it's gonna show you the current position that's open. It's gonna show you your symbol. It's gonna show you the time you opened, the price that you opened, the current price. It's gonna show you your current profit. It's gonna show you your stop loss, your take profit, pretty much all that good stuff. You're gonna be able to see it down here in this bar here. But yeah, guys, let's say you want to open up a new chart. I have GJ, NJ, and UJ open at the moment, but let's say we want to open up CHESJ. Just go to the currency pair, right click, hit chart window, and it's gonna do it just like this. But there you have it, guys. That's pretty much how you use your Metatrader4 platform. I'm going to do a separate video on how to get familiar with TradingView for those of you who know what TradingView is and you like to use it instead of Metatrader4. But that was it for this video. If you guys thought this video was informational and you liked it, please go ahead and leave a thumbs up down below. Leave a positive comment and share this video with your friends if you think they're going to benefit from it. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.